So let's take a DS question on statistics and specifically on standard deviation. We are given a set and a couple of values P and Q are not given, rest are given 20, 19, 18, 17 and so on. We are asked the value of standard deviation of the set. Now before starting discussing the question, let's understand SD as far as GMAT is concerned. First, computation of SD is not within the scope of the GMAT. However, its analysis and interpretation is within the scope of the GMAT. So, but when you read this question, you find that you are asked the value of SD. That means it asks for the computation. How is it possible? Well, hold on. This is a DS question, data sufficiency question. In data sufficiency question, we need not necessarily compute the value. We have to make sure whether we are able to find out the value or not, whether the data are sufficient to compute the value or not. If we can find out the value of P and Q, we can say that all the values or the elements or the numbers values are given, and with the help of these values we can find out the standard deviation. Let's understand what this SD is all about. SD is basically a measure of spread or deviation of data with respect to its mean or arithmetic mean. What it means to say arithmetic mean of this set is say 15. The 20 is deviated 5, this is 4, 3, 2, and as far as this is concerned, this is deviated -6. So multiple values of deviations are there. If we could devise a formula consisting of all the values of the deviation I just discussed, that specific formula is beyond the scope of the GMAT, but we are able to reach to a single value, and that particular single value considering all the deviation is called SD or standard deviation. So in short, if we want to find out SD, we must know the value of P and Q. So basically the question is revised to what are the values of P and Q. So we have to concentrate what are the values of P and Q, and once P and Q are known, our problem is over. We can leave it because everything is known, we can find out the value. With this understanding, let's switch to statements. Statement 1, P and Q are integers. So P and Q both are integers. Now if you look at the set, P lies between 17 and 15. So definitely one of the values is 16, and as far as the Q is concerned, it is 13. But hold on, there are a couple of unwarranted assumptions we may take. First is, the question does not say that the values of P and Q are distinct. They are not necessarily distinct. Second, the set is not necessarily in descending order. So P can have any value -100, 0, 2, 5. Same goes with 13. It can have any value. So literally infinite possibilities of P, infinite possibilities of V, so infinite possibilities of the value of SD. So this statement itself is insufficient. The learning is, do not assume anything until unless stated. the test maker has designed this question or the set in such a way that you fall for the value of P as 16 and Q as 13. With this understanding in mind, let's switch to statement 2. Set A is arranged in descending order. So we can say P lies between 17 and 15 inclusive, and as far as Q is concerned, Q lies between 14 and 12 inclusive. But again, this can have multiple values, 17, 16 and 15 here 14, 13 and 12. Mind it, not only these values, there can be decimal values also, 16.5, 15.23. So again, infinite possibilities. So again, as with the statement 1, so is with the statement 2, as the infinite possibilities are there. So statement 2 is also insufficient. So we are left with combining both the statements. So let's combine both the statements. So statement 1 says P and Q are integers. So 17, P and 15. Again, there are 3 possible values of P considering they are integers, 17, 16 and 15. With any of the values, you will ensure that the set is arranged in descending order, and the same goes with Q, 14, 13 and 12. Again, 3 possible values, so 3 here, 3 here. Total values of SD possible will be 3 into 3 is equals to 9 values of SDs is possible. So even after combining both the statements, we cannot find the unique value of SD. So the correct answer is E. The learning of this question, what we learned in this question: first, don't assume anything. Don't assume anything until it is spoken. Like in this case, values distinct. No, it is not given. Values P and Q, integers. No, it is not stated. And the third one is set is arranged in descending order. So had you taken any of the assumptions, you might have faltered for this question.